Hello everyone, happy Sunday. It's time for the next episode of my Sale-a-bration Countdown video series. This is Lena Gersa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada, and today I am so excited to share with you this beautiful bundle of products called Berry Blessings. Now, this is a level 2 item from Sale-a-bration. Sale-a-bration is our best promotion of the year that starts on Tuesday, January 5th. And it basically means you get free stuff just by buying your regular stamping supplies. Now, this, as I mentioned, is a level 2 item, which means you get it free with a $120 order. Now, let me tell you, when you see this new mini catalog, it is not going to be hard to come up with $120 worth of items to order. There are a ton of beautiful new products coming on Tuesday as well. Now, this brochure, as I said, goes live January 5th and is in effect until the 28th of February. Now, I do have to say, all items in this brochure are available while supplies last. And let me tell you, this one that I'm showing you today is going to sell out. I guarantee it. It is gorgeous paper and a coordinating stamp set. So let me show you exactly what it is I'm talking about. Before I do that, let me see who's joining me today. Anybody out there on a Sunday? Oh, yeah, we've got a few friends. We've got Wendy and Judy and Bonnie and Sue and Deb and Sarah and Elfie. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming back and joining me again today. Now, as I said, this bundle of products includes the Berry Blessings stamp set and this gorgeous Berry Delightful Designer Series paper. Now, I've cut this down to 6x6. It's actually 12x12 paper, okay? And you get 2 sheets of each pattern for a total of 12 sheets in the pack. So one side is all berry themed. So we've got raspberries and strawberries and blackberries and blueberries, all sorts of berries. And then the other side is just really fun patterns that coordinate with that berry theme. So we've got some plaid and gingham, we've got some leaves. This just looks like strawberries, and it's just really cute, fun paper. Now, I have to say, as I mentioned, I think this is going to sell out really quickly. It's gorgeous paper. Sorry, I got something in my eye. I'm sitting here trying to rub my eye as it waters like crazy. I can hardly see what I'm doing. Blind stamping. Never know what you're going to get on live video. In any case, this stamp set and paper actually coordinate with a bundle that is in the new mini catalog called Strawberry, what's it called? Sweet Strawberry. And it is an absolutely adorable bundle. There is a punch and coordinating stamp set, and this works with it as well. So if you purchase the bundle, it's just a little bit less than what you need to get a level 1 Sale-a-bration item. So that's something you may want to think about as you're making your wish list. So let's get to our projects today. Set these aside. And this is the fun fold card I'm going to show you how to do. Now, this is a really simple fun fold. It's a kind of a variation on a gatefold. So when you open it, it opens this way, and you have a little spot to write your sentiment, or your greeting, I suppose. I didn't include a stamp sentiment on the inside of this one because I wanted to make sure I had space to write. But it's a great way to showcase this gorgeous designer series paper. So let's get to it. I'm going to wipe my eye again. I think I've got an eyelash in my eye. There we go. I need a seeing eye stamper. Deb, I would not count on them keeping the paper. Stampin' Up is notorious for it is while supplies last. Once it's gone, it's gone. So I would not hold my breath. I would love it if they kept the paper because it is fantastic. But this is one of those things where if you want it, order it early. That would be my advice. Okay, so to create this fun fold, I'm going to show you what you need. So you need 2 pieces of 3x4 inch designer series paper. So I use this fun gingham, or plaid, I guess it is, and it's cut to 3x4, and then, I don't know if you can see, I've scored at 1 inch on the with a 3-inch side at the top on both pieces. So there's a score at 1 inch here and a score at 1 inch here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is fold along that score line, and that's just because I need a guide for the next little bit of folding that I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that on both pieces. It is hard to see the score lines on this pattern paper. Okay, then I'm going to put my paper horizontally in front of me, and I'm going to fold, actually it might be easier to do it vertically, I'm going to fold one corner into that fold, into that score line. So I'm just going to tuck it in until the edge, this edge comes up to the score line. Okay, just like that, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and with any luck, these two edges will meet. Not bad. Okay, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing with the other piece. So we're going to tuck this in. It is hard to get only one pack of paper. You know what, Deb? I already have, I think I've got like 7 of the stamp set. So you can expect to see a product-based class at some point that includes the stamp set for free. I love this paper so much. I kind of went, well, what can I say? Went a little overboard on the paper. All right, so there are my 2 points. Okay, now what I'm going to do is glue this down. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive just inside my little triangle here and glue that side down, and then fold it over and really crisp it up well with my bone folder. Make sure that's nice and straight. Come on, you. There we go. Get that straight. Oh, I see what I did. I overlapped my fold a little bit. There we go. We can fix that. And then same thing on this side. A little bit of adhesive. Burnish that well. Okay, so you want to make sure these are burnished well, because that's going to be the way we close our card, right? It's going to fold inwards like that. Okay, so next I have another piece of this gorgeous paper. This has got a blue gingham pattern on the back and the blueberries on the other side. It's cut to 4 by 5¼ inches. And I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive onto my little 1-inch flaps on my triangle pieces. So I'm going to put some adhesive here. Okay, and then with the side that I want to see the blueberry side, I'm going to go ahead and adhere, and I find this easiest to do if I kind of hold my triangle up so I can see exactly how far in I want to go. So I'm going to line up my DSP with the edge and go right up to that score line, to the fold. Okay, so you see how that works? Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So add some adhesive, hold that up so I can see easily where this is going to go, and then just slide that in and line it up. Okay, so you just want to take your time to really make sure that that's aligned properly. Okay, so there we go. That is our closure. How easy is that, right? Okay, now this is going to get layered on a piece of Pacific Point cardstock. Now, I can't tell you the last time I used Pacific Point. It's just not a color I use very often, but it is perfect for blueberries, and it is in this paper, so why not? This is cut to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and this is going to layer quite nicely right on there like that. Okay, so we're going to add some adhesive to the back of our DSP. And we're going to add that just like that, centered on that. Okay, and then finally I have a piece of Granny Apple Green that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, and that is going to layer behind our Pacific Point. Now you could probably omit one of these layers, but you know me, I'm the layer queen. So I like lots of layers and I like narrow borders. That's just how I roll. So we are going to add that. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to stamp our label here. So this is a piece of Whisper White cardstock that I've die cut using the Stitched So Sweetly dies. Okay, Stitched So Sweetly. This is the second largest one. All right, so you can use something smaller. You can even use something larger. I didn't want to use anything too large because I didn't want to cover up too much of my DSP. I wanted to make sure it was visible. But you could certainly use a smaller one. You could use a different shape as long as it is big enough so that the points are covered. All right, so now we're going to bring in some of these beautiful stamps. So this stamp set, let me just bring it back for a second, includes both line art images and then solid images to fill it in, okay? And the cool thing about the solid images is that they kind of have a watercolor effect, so they're not really, really crisp. They're meant to look kind of blurred and watercolored so that it coordinates with the paper, okay? All right, so we're gonna start with our leaves. And I used Granny Apple Green ink for this. And I only used one shade of ink, even though it looks, if you look at my sample here, it looks like I've got 2 different shades of green. All I did is I did full strength with my outline and stamped off once with the solid image. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to ink up my line art stamp, and it's going to stamp across the bottom like this. And then I'm going to turn and just do a couple of leaves at the top. So I'm only kind of getting, make sure this is in the view of the camera here. I'm only kind of getting 2 leaves on this, on the top part. Okay, just like that. Then we're gonna keep our Granny Apple Green open, but this time we're gonna bring in our solid image stamp. We're gonna stamp off once, and then I'm going to stamp right over top of my line art image. And you see how we get that really pretty lighter shade of green. So same thing, I'm going to stamp off and then stamp onto my line art image. Okay. All right, now we're going to add some blueberries. So for the blueberries, I'm going to use some Pacific Point ink. And the really cool thing about this blueberry stamp is it's designed to line up with this stem. So I'm going to take my line art stamp, ink it up with my Pacific Point. Again, I can't tell you the last time I used this ink pad. I need to show my Pacific Point a little more love. So I'm going to line up my berries with the stems, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing on the top here. Now, I did only 1 berry, but you know what? I've got enough of my leaf here that we're going to include the second berry on this one. Okay. And then I'm going to use my solid image stamp again. I'm going to stamp off once and then stamp over my berries to fill them in. Isn't that awesome? So quick and easy. Now you certainly, if you wanted to color, you absolutely could color these in if you didn't want to use the solid image stamp, but this just makes it so quick and easy. All right, so this layer is now ready to adhere to the front of our card. Now, here's a word of advice. Don't do what I did as I was designing this. You are only going to put adhesive on one of your points, okay? I was really tired when I was making this card. It was late at night, and I put adhesive on both points and stuck my label on, and oops, couldn't open my card. Thankfully, my adhesive hadn't set yet, so I was able to get it off. All right, so I'm going to include my adhesive on just this top triangle, and I'm only putting it on the point. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go right about there. I'm going to close this up again, and I want to center my label on the front of my card. Right about there. That looks good. Okay, press it into place, and oh, look at that, my card opens. All right. Then we are going to add our sentiment label. So this is a stitched rectangle cut from Whisper White cardstock. And I'm going to stamp with some Night of Navy ink just because I wanted my sentiment to be a little bit darker. And I'm using the Wishing You the Berry Best. I love all the little berry puns in this stamp set. So we're going to ink that up in the Night of Navy and just stamp it centered on our label. Hi, Jill. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for joining me on a Sunday afternoon. Okay, now if you look on my sample, I added just a little hint of a leaf because I didn't want my flowers to be sort of floating in space. So I'm going to bring back my Granny Apple Green, and this time I'm just using the solid leaf stamp. I'm not going to use the outline. So I'm going to ink it up, stamp it off once, and then we're just going to add that little leaf just kind of across the label like that. Okay, just a really subtle little touch, but it kind of helps to anchor my little flowers. Speaking of flowers, These little guys are punched from the DSP, and I used the Strawberry Builder Punch, which is is in the mini catalog. It's part of the bundle that coordinates with this DSP. So cute little flowers. We're going to go ahead and adhere them. So we'll add a glue dot to one of our lighter flowers, and we'll put one in kind of tucked in behind. And then we'll add our darker flower sort of in the front. And then this little guy, we're going to pop up with a mini dimensional. We'll just put one right in the middle there. And he's just going to kind of go like that. Just kind of overlap. Okay, isn't that cute? So cute. All right, now this is going to get popped up onto our label. So we're going to add a couple of dimensionals, keeping in mind that this is going to extend off the sides, right? So we only want to put our dimensionals in the middle. So we're going to grab probably just 2. Okay, we'll get rid of our backings. Hi, Rita, how are you? Okay, so we are going to just pop that on, and I'm going to put it right about there because I want to be able to see some of my berries peeking out both above and below. You just want to make sure you're centering it on your little rectangle there. Okay, and then the last touch is to add, well, second last is to add our panel on the inside to write on. Now, you could certainly use a bigger panel. Just keep in mind that if you use a larger one, it's going to be visible behind your label on the front. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but just know that that's going to be the case. All right, so let's put a little bit of liquid glue on here just so that if we need to wiggle it around to get it centered properly, we have that little bit of wiggle time. So we're going to pop that on there, hopefully centered, and then we're going to go ahead and close this. And oh, look at that, it covers it perfectly. Now I forgot to give you the dimensions on this piece. This is 2 1/4 by 3 3/8. Okay, you could probably get away with 3 1/2 if you had to. But I just took off that 1/8 of an inch just to be on the safe side. Okay, the last little touch is my very favorite part of this card, and that is this adorable little ladybug trinket. These are, I think, my favorite embellishment from this catalog. They're so cute. So I'm just going to press this little guy into a glue dot, and he's just going to be kind of creeping onto the label just like that. Isn't that cute? So sweet. I love those little ladybugs. All right, now let me show you a few more samples that I've done. So this one I posted earlier today. It features some of the raspberry images, or blackberries, I guess. I stamped it in rich raspberry. Same thing, I did full strength for the outline, and then stamped off for the solid image. This showcases some more of that awesome DSP, as well as some new beautiful sheer Blackberry Bliss ribbon. So there's that one. And then this one is actually a little sneak peek for those who are registered for my bingo I think it's in a couple of weeks, 16th of January. This is one of the make and takes we're going to do. And I wanted to showcase that gorgeous DSP. So the only thing that is stamped on this card is my sentiment. Okay. Everything else is either fussy cut or punched from the designer series paper. And again, there's one of those adorable little ladybugs. And then I got a ton of swap cards using this bundle. Everybody loves this bundle. This is why I am pretty confident in saying it's not going to last for too long. So this one, I think, was made by Kay Smith out in Newfoundland. Really cute little fun fold. I love that she used the soft sea foam for her inside panel. It just really warms up the card. I love the way she did that. And then this is just a really fun, quick, simple one. Again, lots of blueberries. This one, I think it was from Allison Sullivan out in BC. When I swap with everybody, people all across the country. So it's really fun to do that. I get to see samples from people all over Canada. So again, this is punched, I think, from the DSP, or maybe it's fussy cut. I'm not sure. And again, some die cut DSP images. And then this is really a fun way to frame a sentiment. So this is, again, stitched rectangles, but she's cut a frame out of the Whisper White cardstock to frame her sentiment, which I think is a really fun idea. So there you go. Lots and lots of ideas with the Berry Blessings bundle from Sale-a-bration. All right, everybody, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for spending part of your Sunday with me. And to those of you who've been with me all week long, thank you for joining me each day. We have one more countdown day tomorrow until the big day on Tuesday when Sale-a-bration goes live. So be sure to join me again tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. for the last day of my Countdown to Sale-a-bration series. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great evening. Bye for now.